Building a personal brand could be one of the best investments you can ever do, especially in today's world, because of the opportunities it can give you. You can start a business around it and gain financial freedom. And also, lastly, you can be very famous. The doors that personal brand is going to open for you is limitless. And the crazy part is actually you don't need a lot of money to get started by building a personal brand. Hi, my name is Gamel and I built my personal brand to a following of over 200,000 followers with 10,000 students. My whole life has changed because of the personal brand I built. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you the only tools you need and how you can go about building a sustainable and a profitable and a great personal brand that will make you have the financial freedom. If you're ready, let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to get off the way is let's talk about what is a personal brand. What is a brand, first of all? So first, we will need to define what is a brand. Now, what is a brand, friends? A brand is actually just an image, a name, something that represents you. Now, a brand simply means imagery. When we say Coca-Cola, what comes into your mind? When we say Apple, what comes into your mind? I'm leaving this for your own guessing because there are things that comes into your mind when you hear the names of these brands. When you hear the name of Samsung, you hear the name of Apple, you hear the name of Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and all these ones, something comes into your mind because that is the imagery that they have made you to believe. And the same way you want to know who I am, and I define myself to be Gamel, and people have known me over the years to be Gamel. That is my name, and this is just a little part of my brand. Now let's try to explain this. So Gamel is part of the brand of this person who is actually sitting in front of you, and that is my name. So we can call it my brand name. But there are other aspects of me that actually makes you recognize me because of my videos. Sometimes it could be because of my voice. If you've known me for a long time, maybe when you hear this voice, you're like, well, is that not the voice of Gamel? Now, this is also part of my brand that is called a brand voice. And there's also something about my color, my imagery, my looks, and all these ones. This also comes as appearance, which is also part of a brand. I hope we are understanding up to this time. So once we've done talking about a brand, let's talk about a personal brand. As the name goes, a personal brand is actually the imagery that you create for yourself, but this time around on the internet. Now, gone are the days people used to be very famous in the newsletters and all those stuff, but today we are talking about the internet world. So we're going to pick some platforms. Let's get started by building a personal brand for ourselves. The most important thing and how you can actually create a successful personal brand on the internet is to be known. You cannot be under the roof and then you expect yourself to build a successful personal brand. The only way you can build a successful personal brand on the internet is for you to be known. No way out of this. So the only way we can do this is actually by creating content and creating authentic content that actually resonates with us, things that you are very interested about. So the most important thing we have to think about when we are thinking of creating a brand is, who are you? What are the things you want people to know? And why should people listen to you? Now, because when you look at this from the aspect of trying to be selfish and trying to do things for yourself, it will be very difficult for you to build a successful brand. But I look at it from the angle of, what do you have to offer? Your followers do not care about your life story or anything. The most important thing is, what do you have to offer them? And this can be very simple so that you don't feel like, am I a bad person? Am I being a narcissist? Or why do I want people to follow me? Think about it this way. You've gone through some problems and you have solved it. You've gone through some issues, you've solved it. You've learned something, you've gone through some expertise. There is a problem. A to B is actually the length. There is a path over here, path A and path B. You were able to move from path A to path B. Now, during this process, you learned a lot of things. You accumulated a lot of experiences and now you are feeling generous. You want to pass out this information to other people. You want other people to hear about your story and help them out in the story. It could be as simple as maybe you got a scholarship and now you are teaching other people how to get scholarships. It could be like you built a personal brand like myself with $0, no team, and I built a personal brand to 200,000 followers and today I just want to share it. So it comes from a selfless point or place where you just think about, I just want to create a personal brand. I just want to help people. So now that we've brought about the topic of why you want to create a personal brand is you just want to help the person who is behind the camera and understand that in as much as you are recording the videos in your room by yourself and trying to create content, the main underlying factor is that you just want to help somebody actually overcome a certain process or go through a certain thing and you want to ease their way. So now that we've talked about this, I think you have to go into yourself and ask yourself, What are the things that I've had experience in? What are the things that I have professional expertise in? That's why I'm talking about. Personal brands are not just about things that you've learned or studied. They are things that you've really had personal encounter and experience. So let me use myself as an example. My personal brand, which is called Gamel Hoja, is actually a brand where I teach Turkish people how to speak English. The truth is, 6 years ago I came to Turkey with zero Turkish, and I learned the Turkish language in less than 6 months. So as an English person, I learned Turkish. Now, throughout the process, I learned the tricks, the tips, and how to actually learn a language most effectively. So after all this process, I decided that it is time for me to teach the Turkish people how to learn English using the method that I actually learned. That was how my brand came about. So building a brand actually comes from questioning yourself about the things that you've done in the past, the experiences that you've accumulated, the things that you are good at that you can bring to the table, something special. Because if you come up to be very generic, there are other people out there that people can go to. But what do you have personally to bring to the table? After you've been able to answer this question, I think we are done with the topic of branding. Now let's talk about some technical aspects that are also involved in building a personal brand. We talk about brand colors, we talk about images, we talk about logo, we talk about all these stuff, especially when you go into my account and you look at Gamel Hoja. Right now, when you look at it, it's going to be very scary. You think like, oh my God, it's going to take a long time for me to be able to do this. But remember, it came from years and years of what? Of modeling. I did not start that way being very professional, like Gamel Hoja, this is me. No, I never knew what I was actually doing at the beginning. I had to learn, reschedule, do stuff, and also change stuff. Most important thing that I want you to do is pick a paper and write down the things that you are good at, the things you want to talk about, because these are going to be the central points and these are going to determine your brand voice. Who are you? That is the most important thing. And once you've been able to do this, then you can be able to know, oh, okay, this is the kind of content I want to post. This is the way I want to go about my stuff. So all these things are very, very important, my friends. So now that we've done this, now let's talk about the only tools that I use to manage, create content, and actually manage my brand. So the first most important thing I'll talk about is using canva.com to create all my content. From my logo to all my stuff, like all the content I create, the videos that I edit, most of them I do them on canva.com, and it's totally for free. Go ahead and check out Canva, use that to create your content. Now, when it comes to video editing, I know there are many video editing apps out there. There is Premiere Pro, there is all these stuff out there, but there is Final Cut Pro. But one thing that I found very easy to use was CapCut, and that's why I'm going to say it again. CapCut, use it to edit your videos. Be quick, be fast, and get your videos out there. CapCut is going to save your life. That is exactly what I use. When it comes to building a website, perhaps you still are very stubborn. You want to create a website from the beginning, though I don't advise that, but you just want to do it. You want to create a website for yourself, a simple website. Then I'm going to say use Wix to create your website. Very simple, very easy. The interface is amazing, beautiful. Go ahead and use Wix to create your website. That's it. And then lastly, I would like you to also have your documents and all your stuff well organized, and you're going to use Notion to do this. Notion.com is actually a platform where you're going to use to manage all your tasks. It is a task management software that is going to ease your work and help you to easily manage all your workflow. So these are the only tools that I'm going to mention, and these are the things you need. But the most important thing about building a personal brand is actually knowing exactly what you're going to do with it. Now let's talk about what are the benefits of creating a personal brand, because you're thinking, what is going to happen when I create a personal brand? Here are some of the things, and I hope that the things I'm going to share right now are going to be an inspiration to you, and it's going to help you and feel enthusiastic about why you need to create a personal brand. First of all, it's going to give you financial freedom. And people normally say this, but they don't break it down. So I'm going to break it down to you. When you create a personal brand, you have access to many things. You can now sell your expertise because you have a personal brand and you've gone through certain things and you have a product, a course, or anything that you want to sell. Since you have a large amount of people to reach out to, you can easily sell your product. That is the number one thing. And because you're able to sell, you're able to market, you're able to get people to buy what you're trying to sell, you get people to listen to you, you can sell your own product, courses, or ebooks. Now that is the hard route because not everybody who has created a personal brand can actually sell courses and create all these programs. But some people go the other route. That is affiliate marketing. When you have a lot of eyeballs on you, that is a great investment. People are going to pay you for you to publish some of their products. So you can actually start selling the products of other people or publish the products of other people. That is the concept of financial freedom, because you're able to sell and make money. Sales and marketing is the only way that people can actually make money, and that's how you are actually going to do this. And the next most important thing I'm going to mention is, after you've been able to manage this, then the last thing comes that you become famous, and it's opening doors for you. That becomes your CV. You don't need a CV anymore. Your social media platforms can become your CV, which is going to help you to scale up and do things that you never thought was possible. I hope you are convinced, and if you are ready to start your social media journey or creating a personal brand, I wish you all the best in it. Remember, I trust you and I'm rooting for you. Go ahead and give me a like, because it helps me with the algorithm, and stay tuned. If you are not yet subscribed, you can subscribe and press the bell icon so you get notified of all my videos, and I'll see you in the next videos. Jamil Keys, bye.